Hey there everybody, Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another edition of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility, where we talk about some of the great new releases that are coming out that you guys need to be on the lookout for. So today, the first of a couple episodes we're going to have, we're going to look at some reissues slash remasters slash expanded editions from the folks at Cherry Red slash Esoteric Recordings, all right, of a couple of albums by British art rock act Renaissance. Okay, so we're going to kick it all off with this nice little set, Ashes Are Burning, from 1973, the band's fourth studio album, second with the reconfigured lineup, okay, led by, of course, Annie Haslam on lead vocals. Okay, so this follows the prologue album, which saw somewhat of a new direction for the band. Obviously a new lineup, okay. The band's moving into more symphonic, folky textures, all right. Here's where it kind of all really clicked. Esoteric's remaster includes a single disc set, and it also includes a couple of bonus tracks. So, give me a little peek at the packaging here. And I know some of you dig the booklets like me, so what do we got here? Okay, nice essay, pictures of the band, trying to recreate some of the photography and things that were included in the original album. Okay, lyrics, all sorts of fun stuff. Of course, here we have, let me just read off the lineup here, okay. Annie Haslam on vocals, John Tout on keyboards, backing vocals, John Camp on bass, guitar, and vocals, Terence Sutherland on drums, percussion, and vocals, Michael Dunford on acoustic guitar. Michael was not yet a full-time member of the band at this point. He helped out with, he was helping out with writing lyrics and music and acoustic guitar, but he hadn't joined the band full-time. He actually did after the release of this album. Also a special guest on the album who contributes a sizzling electric guitar solo at the end of Ashes Are Burning, the title track, none other than Andy Powell from Wishbone Ash. So, great sounding remaster. Okay, you got some bonus tracks. What do you got? You got 3 tracks from, well, let's talk about the album first. Okay, the epic kickoff tune, Can You Understand? Amazing tune. Love it. Love Annie's playful vocals and all the kind of orchestral sounds that the band create. Then you got Let It Grow and On the Frontier. 2 decent tunes, a little lesser known songs from this album. Carpet of the Sun, poppy or folky number from the band. Got a lot of hooks in that tune. Then you've got At the Harbor, okay, and ending the album, of course, the epic Ashes Are Burning. Probably my favorite song from the band. It just gets me every time. Just love it. I've told this story before. The first time I saw Renaissance, they actually played that as their last number, and it's one of the few times that I've actually been brought to tears of joy at a concert. Watching and hearing a band play a song that I love. It was just really, really magical to finally get to hear that live. So great. And as far as the bonus tracks, we've got 3 tracks recorded from the BBC Radio 1 in concert, January 3rd, 1974. So probably recorded after the band was already out on tour for the album. We've got Can You Understand, Let It Grow, and Ashes Are Burning. Of course, 3 tunes from the album. Sound great. I mean, almost every live or BBC recording I've ever heard from Renaissance has been just impeccable. A band that had this kind of rich, colorful sound in the studio, and they could recreate it live, whether they were doing it just themselves or whether they had an orchestra or whatever. So, yeah, a nice job from the Esoteric folks on an album that I really love a lot. Okay, so let's fast forward to 1976. What we've got here is a wonderful box set commemorating, of course, the Live at Carnegie Hall album. Excuse me. Here we've got a 3-disc set, okay, which includes the original Live at Carnegie Hall album with Kiev put back into the set list, which was originally taken off of the double album, I guess due to time restrictions. Here we've got the full show in its entirety, okay? And if that wasn't enough, you also have on disc 3, so side 1 and disc 1 and 2 is the full Live at Carnegie Hall show. And then disc 3, BBC Radio 1 in concert, recorded from March 25th, 1976. Okay, so basically on that same, later on, that same tour where they performed this is obviously the Scheherazade and Other Stories tour, okay? And you've got a similar set list to what you see at the Carnegie Hall, minus a few tunes, but kind of cool to have, you know, 2 fantastic shows in one set. So it comes in this like clam box set, all right? You open it up, got all sorts of goodies in here. So you got disc 1, all right, which basically is side 1 and 2 of the double album, okay? And then you've got disc 2, sides 3 and 4. Again, throw Kiev in there. And then here is disc 3. This is the BBC recordings. Okay, nice shot of the band. And then you got this cool booklet, which again, trying to recreate as much of the original LP sleeve as possible. Got a nice essay, hot picture of Annie. Woo! And, you know, great live shots of the band. More live shots. Okay, and information about the recording, so on and so forth. So, really neat stuff. So, you know, what do we have on this breathtaking live album, which, if you haven't heard it and you're into live albums from the 70s, specifically like, you know, prog rock, man, you're missing out if you haven't heard this. You need to go do so immediately. So starting off, we got Prologue from the album of the same name. Awesome, upbeat, classical-inspired piece. Then you got the dreamy Ocean Gypsy. Okay, it's followed up by Kiev. First time ever included in the Live at Carnegie Hall set. Back where it belongs. Performed impeccably. Then Can You Understand? Followed by Carpet of the Sun. Running Hard. And Mother Russia. Both those 2 tracks off of my favorite Renaissance studio album. Okay, Turn of the Cards. Actually, I probably said that this was my favorite before. Turn of the Cards I like a little bit better than this one. This is my second favorite Renaissance album. Turn of the Cards is just brilliant, and Mother Russia is awesome on here. Then over on disc 2, you've got the entire Song of Scheherazade suite, all 20 minutes of it, or just over 20 minutes of it, from the Scheherazade and Other Stories album. Okay, and then the set ends, and the concert ends with a lengthy, like 20-minute long version of Ashes Are Burning, complete with some incredible Rickenbacker bass solos from John Camp, who, I've said it before, for my money, one of the unsung bass players of the 70s in this genre. If you love, you know, Chris Squire and Geddy Lee and all, you know, and all the other great bass players, man, Camp was up there with all of them. Phenomenal bass player. And because this band did not have a lead guitar player, because Michael Dunford played acoustic guitar, a lot of chords and textures, it was up to John Tout on piano and keyboards and John Camp on bass to do a lot of the lead lines, okay, which he did so well. Over on disc 3 from the BBC Radio 1 in concert, we got, you know, Prologue, Running Hard, Ocean Gypsy, Mother Russia, and Songs of Scheherazade. So a little bit more compact, but awesome recordings. And just, you know, man, just so orchestral, just fantastic stuff. I tell you. And again, you know, I need to mention that the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra and Choir performed with Renaissance at Carnegie Hall on this selection of shows. So this live album is taken from 3 nights, 3 sold-out nights that they played with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra and Choir. So it's just lovely stuff. Epic, lovely, epic. Great stuff. All right, so we go ahead, 2 years? Yeah, 1978. A Song for All Seasons. Okay, another in a long line of really classic Renaissance albums. So you got, you know, you might as well throw Prologue in there, but I think the band really started hitting their stride on Ashes Are Burning. Okay, Turn of the Cards, Song for Scheherazade and Other Stories, Novella, and A Song for All Seasons. Hard to beat any of them, right? A fantastic album here. We also have a 3-disc set. So we've got on CD 1, you've got the remastered. Oh, by the way, the remastered job on all of these sound phenomenal. There's a nice bright clarity to all these albums, so really a job well done from Esoteric. But on disc 1, you've got the Song for All Seasons remastered. Okay, with a couple of additional bonus tracks. You've got a promotional single of Northern Lights. You've got Day of the Dreamer, Midas Man, and the Vultures Fly High from BBC Radio 1 session from August 19th, 1978. Okay, and then another version of Northern Lights from Top of the Pops. And then on disc 2, you've got disc 2 and disc 3, you've got a live concert from the Tower Theater in Philadelphia, December 4th, 1978. Okay, fantastic, right? And that makes up disc 2 and 3. So back to the original album, you got Opening Out, great tune, again, very orchestral album. All right, fantastic. In fact, this particular album was produced by David Henschel, who worked with Genesis and numerous other bands at the time, quite a few of them actually. And what else can I tell you about this album here? Let me get to the same lineup, by the way. Okay, same band lineup, and let me just take you through the booklet here. Okay. Oh, by the way, this let me break it all down. So we got the clamshell box. We've got disc 1, okay, which has the irregular album. So Opening Out, Day of the Dreamer. Okay, I'm all over the place here because I'm so excited about talking about this. Closer Than Yesterday, Kindness at the End, great tune. Back Home Once Again, sorry. She Is Love, sung by John Camp. It's funny, you read this and you read stuff on the internet. It's like basically when they were recording She Is Love in the studio, something happened with Annie and she couldn't get to the studio to record her vocals. Something was going on. She just couldn't make it happen that day, right? So they had to record the song. So John Camp stepped in, sang all the lead vocals. It's not a great song anyway. It's probably the weakest song on the album, and his vocal is kind of lackluster on it. However, he sings lead vocals with a little Annie backing vocals on the Kindness at the End song, and that's a great tune. Very kind of Genesis-y sound. You can tell Henschel's kind of influence on that track. And John Camp sings great on that particular song. What else we got here? Northern Lights, a great kind of pop tune with proggy embellishments. All right, just a really, really endearing song with a great hook. And then the bombastic, classical, proggy title track, A Song for All Seasons. Another killer epic from the band with all sorts of dramatic swells and just really, really potent song. Another one of my favorite Renaissance tracks. So that's disc 1. Disc 2, you've got the first part of the Live at the Tower Theater show, all right, which Can You Hear Me, Carpet of the Sun, Things I Don't Understand, which is great on here. Opening Out, Day of the Dreamer, and Midas Man. Midas Man is killer on here. And then CD 3, you've got Northern Lights, A Song for All Seasons, Touching Once is Hard to Keep, is So Hard to Keep, and of course Ashes Are Burning to kind of finish it all out. In addition, you get a nice little fold-out poster, okay, of the album cover, basically. All right. Well, not really the album cover, but the background of the album cover, right, without the woman's face. And then, like I said, we'll take you through the booklet here, which is interesting story too here, because the essays, the booklets have like interviews with Annie and other guys in the band, and it's interesting to hear Annie talk about how she was so dumbfounded when Hypnosis were working on the album cover for this. They decided to use some strange woman's face and not hers. But then she's also like, oh, but you know, if we had used mine, some of the guys in the band might have been a little upset because as the front person, I get all the attention, blah, blah, blah. So pretty interesting to hear all that. What do we got here? So, you know, got a nice long essay about the album, along with some great pictures. Oh, you know, what else we got here? Some great live stuff. Just a wonderful box set of a very cool album. Again, all three of these, I have to double check and see if Esoteric has done some of the other albums like Turn of the Cards and Scheherazade, or if this is like the first wave and Novella. Because I mean, this is royal treatment, folks. This is Renaissance done the right way. Okay, you got lyrics, all sorts of fun stuff. All fits back in the clamshell box, and I highly recommend it. The live recordings, the bonus live recordings are fantastic. Sound quality is very, very good. All right, it's just like here you're getting a remaster of a great studio album. That sounds great, and then you get a live album with it. Here you get the classic live album and another live album, and then here you get the classic album remastered and 3 bonus live tracks from a show from the same period. So, man, Esoteric, you guys knocked it out of the park on these. Love them, love them, love them. I'm a big Renaissance fan anyway, so I was really happy to get these, to review these. Full reviews of all 3 are on our website at www.seaoftranquility.org, where I get into the nitty-gritty of it all, but I think you guys get the point. If you're a Renaissance fan, you're going to want to have these. No other way about it. If you got an old CD copy that you've been sitting on for 25, 30 years, you're probably going to want to upgrade. So check out Esoteric's website, pick them all up, and hopefully they got more coming. Visit us on the web, once again, at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, of course, we're here on YouTube every damn day. We got another new product show coming right up, so stay tuned, don't go away. See you then.